ब्राह्मणक्षत्रियविशां शूद्राणां च परन्तप कर्माणि प्रविभक्तानि स्वभावप्रभवैर्गुणैः.
Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own nature in accordance with the material modes or chastise of the enemy.
समोदमस्तपशौचं क्षान्तिरार्वजमेव च ज्ञानं विज्ञानमास्तिक्यं ब्रह्मकर्म स्वभावजम्.
Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which Brahmanas work.
शौर्यं तेजोधृतिर्दाक्ष्यं युद्धे चाप्यपलायनं दानमीश्वरभावश्च क्षात्रं कर्म स्वभावजम्.
Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas.
कृषिगो रक्षवाणिज्यं वैश्यकर्म स्वभावजं परिचर्यात्मकं कर्म शूद्रस्यापि स्वभावजम्.
Farming, cow protection, and business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras there is labor and service to others.
स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्मनिरतः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु.
By following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now please hear from me how this can be done.
यत प्रभृतिर्भूतानां येन सर्वमिदं ततं स्वकर्मणा तम् अभ्यर्च्य सिद्धिं विन्दति मानवः.
By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all-pervading, a man can attain perfection through performing his own work or duties.
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो हि गुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वभावनियतं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति क्लीभिषम्.
It is better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than to accept another's occupation and perform it perfectly. Duties prescribed according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reactions.
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृता.
Every endeavor is covered by some fault, just as fire is covered by smoke. Therefore, one should not give up the work born of his nature, O son of Kunti, even if such work is full of fault.
असक्त बुद्धिय सर्वत्र चितात्मा विगतस्पृहः नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिं परमां सन्न्यासेनाधिगच्छति.
One who is self-controlled and unattached, and who disregards all material enjoyments can obtain, by practice of renunciation, the highest perfect stage of freedom from reaction.
सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा.
O son of Kunti, learn from me how one who has achieved this perfection can attain to the supreme professional stage, Brahman, the stage of highest knowledge, by acting in the way I shall now summarize.
बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषु युधस्य च विविक्तसेवी लघ्वाशी यतवाक्कायमानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहं विमुच्य निर्ममः शान्तः ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते.
Being purified by his intelligence and controlling the mind with determination, giving up the object of sense gratification, being freed from attachment and hatred, one who lives in a secluded place, who eats little, who controls his body, mind and power of speech, who is always in trance and who is detached, free from false ego, false strength, false pride, lust, anger, and acceptance of material things, free from false proprietorship and peaceful. Such a person is certainly elevated to the position of self-realization.
ब्रह्मभूत प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न काङ्क्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्.
One who is transcendentally situated at once realizes the supreme Brahman, becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed toward every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me.
भक्त्या मामभिजानाति यावान् यश्चास्मि तत्त्वतः ततो मां तत्त्वतो ज्ञात्वा विशते तदनन्तरम्.
One can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me, by such devotion, he can enter the kingdom of God.
सर्वकर्माण्यपि सदा कुर्वाणो मद्व्यपाश्रयः मत्प्रसादादवाप्नोति शाश्वतं पदमव्ययम्.
Though engaged in all kinds of activities, my pure devotee under my protection reaches the eternal and imperishable abode of my grace.
चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः बुद्धियोगमुपाश्रित्य मच्चित्तः सततं भव.
In all activities, just depend upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me.
मच्चित्त सर्वदुर्गाणि मत्प्रसादात् तरिष्यसि अथ चेत्त्वमहङ्कारान् न श्रोष्यसि विनङ्क्ष्यसि.
If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of a conditioned life by my grace. If, however, You do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego. Not hearing me, you will be lost.
यदहङ्कारमाश्रित्य न योत्स्य इति मन्यसे मिथ्यैष व्यवसायस्ते प्रकृतिस्त्वां नियोक्ष्यति.
If you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, then you will be falsely directed. By your nature, you will have to be engaged in warfare.
स्वभावजेन कौन्तेय निबद्धस्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुं नेच्छसि यन्मोहात् करिष्यस्य वशोऽपि च.
Under illusion, you are now declining to act according to my direction, but compelled by the work born of your own nature, you will act all the same, O son of Kunti.
ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया.
The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities, who are seated as a machine made of material energy.
तमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत प्रसादात् पराणां शान्तिं स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम्.
O son of Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme eternal abode.
इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं भूयाद् भूयतरन्मया विमृतैतदशेषेण यच्छेषसि तथा कुरु.
Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully and then do what you wish to do.
सर्वभूयतमं भूय शृणु मे परमं वचः इष्टोऽसि मे दृढमिति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्.
Because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me, for it is for your benefit.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैशसि सत्यन्ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे.
Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear.
इदं ते न तपस्काय न भक्ताय कदाचन न च शुश्रूषवे वाचं न च मां योऽभ्यसूयति.
This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me.
ययिदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्त्वेष्वभिधास्यति Bhaktim mayi param krutva mame vaishyatya samshayaha.
For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me.
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यप्रियतरो भूयि.
There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear.
अद्यश्यते च य इमं धर्म्यं संवादमावयो ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनाहम् इष्टस्यामिति मे मतिः.
And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence.
श्रद्धावाननसूयश्च शृणुयादपि यो नरः चोपि मुक्तशुभान् लोकान् प्राप्नुयात् पुण्यकर्मणाम्.
And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell.
कच्चिदेच तृणं पार्थ त्वयैकाग्रेण चेतसा कच्चिदज्ञानसम्मोहः प्रनष्टस्ते धनञ्जय.
O son of Partha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled?
अर्जुन उवाच नष्टो मोहस्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव.
Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt and am prepared to act according to your instructions.
Sanjay uvacha ityaham vasudevasya partyasya cha mahatmana samvadamimam ashrausham adbhutam romaharshanam.
Sanjaya said, Thus have I heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna. And so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end.
व्यासप्रसादाच् श्रुतवान् एतद्गुह्यतमं परं योगं योगेश्वरात् कृष्ण साक्षात् कथयत स्वयं.
By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna.
Rajan samsmrutya samvadamimam keshavarjunayo punyam hrishyami cha muhurmuhu.
O King, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure, being thrilled at every moment.
Taccha samsmrutya rupamatyadbhutam hare vismayo me mahan rajan hrishyami cha punah punaha.
O King, as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with wonder more and more. and I rejoice again and again.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishnaha Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama.
Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will always certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. This is my opinion. This concludes the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, 702 shlokas in Sanskrit and in English. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and thank you so much for watching these presentations.
Om Tat Sadidi Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyaya Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama Astadashodhyayaha.